Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. I've been doing this end of the year assessment on how I'm growing, and I hope you'll do the same assessment. How are you growing? And the last word that I'm going to talk about this year in this is again from our Galatians 5:22. But it's Paul says that the fruit, what grows from the Spirit, is love, joy, peace, patience, and those we've talked about to some degree. But I want to talk about his next word today, which is kindness. I suspect we all know what it means to be kind, to have a benevolent disposition towards others. But I want to look a little bit more closely at the Greek word that Paul uses. It's Christotes, which in the Greek is not just the idea of a benevolent disposition, but it really does call into focus how we treat other people. In fact, it translates often in the Psalms a Hebrew word tov, which means good. It's a statement of our character, how we treat others. And so Christotes, this Greek word that's translated kind, is the idea of caring for other people's needs, looking out for other people. It's letting your focus of your energies in your work include the lives of others. You know, we live in a day where it's almost okay to be self-centered. It's almost applaudable to be narcissistic in some circles. And that's the exact opposite of the fruit of the Spirit. What should be growing in the life of the believer is not a self-centeredness, not a it's about me, but what should be growing is an other-centeredness. It's that recognition that our energy, our efforts, and our disposition needs to be towards serving other people. So as I'm assessing myself at the end of the year, I'm asking myself, how have I done on that this year? Has this been a year where I've grown more in terms of my own efforts and energies driven toward me? Or is it one where I've grown outward and I've tried to figure out how to focus and care for other people? I hope it's the latter, because that's the kind of kindness that Paul said to the Colossians. In fact, he used the exact same word in his letter to the Colossians. He says to clothe yourself. So I'm thinking about that, thinking about it in terms of how I wish every morning when I got dressed and I put on my clothes, I would consciously think, I'm going to clothe myself today in kindness, in a benevolence towards others. I think the world wouldn't be a richer place, but remember, I would be a richer person. Excuse me. The goal behind this for Paul is not simply to make the world a better place, but it's also to grow us up spiritually into who we ought to be. And that's a laudable goal. So this is it for me. My video thoughts for the day for 2021 are coming to an end. I hope that it's been a great year for you. I hope you've been able to assess things. All of these, of course, are available on YouTube. You can click the subscribe button and hit the bell, and they'll alert you as they post. But in the meanwhile, I hope and pray that all of you have a great end of the year, and that 2022 is the best year of your life growing before the Lord. God bless you, and have a great new year.